Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Musical People and Journeys, the July shows. When I say shows, let me explain how we would normally do things. Normally, we review about 12 albums over 2 shows, and we do it in a festival style. So, the opening act right through to the kind of headline act, and then myself and my team, we just review or give our personal ratings out of 5. However, what this show is about to do is an edited version of that, of a single album review. So if you just want to listen to a single album review out of the 6, you're just interested in doing one rather than to listen to the Who show, then here's your opportunity. I hope you enjoy it. As I say, it is edited, so therefore there's going to be references to maybe things that were said earlier, and if that intrigues you and you want to listen to the Who show, it's all up on our YouTube channel, so please like and subscribe as well. That would be amazing if you could like and subscribe just to make us feel good. That would be fantastic. I hope you enjoy the format, and keep on rocking, and I hope you enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Musical People and Journeys July Festival Part 2! Welcome to my crew, Trish, Rock Chick Trish.
Hello.
Paul, I think I'm going to call you the book because you're so knowledgeable about all the bands, because you're the only one that does in-depth research.
Oracle.
Yeah, the Oracle.
I'm the only one who takes a bit of interest in the band, who they actually are and where they come from, yeah.
The Oracle, the book. Matthews and the rock god himself, it's Will.
Good morning.
So normally we have 5. We are missing Sentinel Simon, who's probably still in bed because he's been rocking out, or he might be just having technical problems. But hopefully at some stage he can join us. But we will find out. So, as I said, part 2 of the July rock album review, where we did. We've already done 6 album reviews. Today we are going to do another glorious 6 album reviews, but you're also going to be able to catch single album reviews because I'm just getting better and I'm editing. Ooh, look at me go, everybody. So, who we are reviewing today on the show? Oh, it's a mixed bag, people. It's a real mixed bag. We're going to kick off with Venus 5 with a very imaginatively named album, Venus 5. Okay, really cool. There we go. I mean, you can't doubt who the name of the band is and the album on that one. Followed by Seventh Wonder and The Testament, Fallen Sanctuary with Terra Nova. The Dan Reed Network with Let's Hear It for the King. So they must be singing about me, of course. As Civil War and Invaders and Coheed and Cumbria, Vaxis Act 2. So, without further ado, and just for the audience, how we do things, we review it and then we rate it out of 5, and these are our personal ratings. We're not professional choppers. We don't chop things down. It's purely our personal preferences and how we personally like the album, and that leads to quite contentious conversations and very strange looks at times, but as you will soon discover. So let's kick off with Venus 5 and Venus 5. Trish, let's start with you. As this is a group of all rock chicks, it would be very, very apt to start with the rock chick. So, what did you think of Venus 5 and Venus 5? Had you heard of them?
Never heard of them. Didn't know whether it was an all-girl group or mixed, so I looked them up, and they're very attractive.
I know, right?
Aren't they? Did they catch your eye?
No, I would not. I don't do such a thing, Trish. I'm a good boy.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Right. 5's attractive appearance hides their symphonic pop metal voices. I found them a little bit akin to Avril Lavigne and a bit of Gwen Stefani. Each track on the album is full on, with overwhelming metal. Good songs like the catchy I'm a Lioness and the operatic Bride with Blackened Eyes. For me, it was a pleasurable listening experience of metal and rock.
Ooh. Young William, now.
Hello.
Young William. Did you do a little bit of research? Did you find an image of this gloriously beautiful band?
I can neither confirm nor deny any of these suspicions. Well, you search the band on Spotify, it happens to have a photo of them in the little bit on the top, so you can't help but not look. And yeah. So, as you may have heard once or twice, I quite enjoy power metal. Shocking news, right? Who'd have guessed?
Who would have thought it?
Who would have thought it? I really enjoyed it. My one critique that I sort of had was I didn't feel like the voices had that same kind of oomph or power to it for that kind of power metal. Because I listened to quite a lot of female-led and female, vocalists in power metal bands, and they always either go full on with the operatic, or just have a bit more power and gravitas to their voices. But it was just a really solid album. I love when albums have they're full on for the whole time, just pure power. It's very good, very nice quality.
Paul, how about you? Obviously, a bit of an older generation, and probably you're a bit more sedate in terms of the eye candy department. So, yeah, I mean,
well, no, they are pretty girls. There's no doubt, and there's a reason for it. So Venus 5 have released their self-titled debut album. Okay, let's backtrack a little here. Frontier, the band's label, have put forward this band, in which they put together 5 singers from other bands in their roster. I had the music and lyrics written for them from members of the likes of Def Leppard, Within Temptation, and Kyra. In other words, they've used the boy band formula to create an all-female a power pop metal band. This is the closest you're going to get to a metal Spice Girls. Putting all that aside, though, and it has created a bit of a debate online and so forth, Venus 5 is a strong album. It does have that Eurovision feel, but the songs are powerfully sung, and all the singers sing really well, and the music is up-tempo power metal style, but not going over the top. They even throw in a power ballad, and even though each song starts off with a different intro, after repeated listens, it sounds a bit samey. I can definitely see them being a big crowd puller in the future, though.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. I think look, this was solid. I wouldn't necessarily describe it as power metal, though. I mean,
power metal.
Yeah, I would go for it. It's certainly maybe borderline on it, but I would put it down as a kind of generic kind of rock or heavy rock, maybe kind of album, really, kind of in that sort of genre rather than out and out power metal. And certainly it was solid, wasn't it? It wasn't. I think the problem here is obviously they're also a victim, for me personally, of coming off the back of Hailstorm. I mean, you can't. It's chalk and cheese from that perspective. Hailstorm, which made our Hall of Fame last month, was just mind-blowing and incredibly varied, and I like my albums to be varied. There wasn't quite enough variation for me to kind of push it beyond the kind of wow, this was an amazing album, but it was enjoyable. It was a solid album. It was good. It was quite listenable too, but it did get a little bit samey and a little bit generic from kind of that faction there as well. So, but it's solid. It was an enjoyable album. I enjoyed listening to it. But I don't think it made my downloads in terms of really want to listen to that kind of album again. But interesting that is there a debut album. Interesting that they're kind of put together. But yeah, it was okay. It was good. It was solid from that perspective. So, right, well, let's get down to the hell yeah, hell no kind of scenarios here then. Well, and will it make our Hall of Fame? Unfortunately, without Simon here, without his vote, which he does have some technical issues, so therefore he will get to kind of vote. We will never quite know whether it will make the Hall of Fame, but we'll understand. I think he would have enjoyed this album, but you never know. Okay, so let's find out our ratings then. So starting with you then, Trish.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Are you feeling okay today, Trish? I mean, that's
Absolutely.
not a 5, Trish. You all right?
Yeah.
Okay. And Will?
Solid 3.5.
Solid 3.5. Okay. Paul?
I'm just behind Will, a 3.
A 3. Okay. Well, Will, you'll be delighted to know, Will, that I am right alongside you, my friend.
Oh, great minds think alike.
With a 3.5 as well. So, well, that's pretty solid. That's 7, 10.5, 11, 14. I think it might well get in our. It'd be quite close to our top 20 of the year so far. So that's quite solid. But we'll find out what kind of Simon says on that one. So, moving on, everybody. So, as if by magic, Simon has managed to solve his technical issues and join us for the show and join us for the Venus 5. Venus 5. Hi, Simon.
Hi. Hello. I made it.
We've renamed you Sentinel, Simon, because I decided we were going to have nicknames, but there we are. So so go back to your old Sentinel name, the Sentinel of the Rock podcast. Simon, Venus 5. Venus 5, aptly named Venus 5. The beautiful, beautiful, lovely rock chicks. Did they conjure up lovely rock chick images for you?
Yes, certainly. Obviously, there are pictures all over the front cover, so you can't avoid it too much. But I really enjoyed that album. That was a really pleasant surprise. I usually tend to quite enjoy female-fronted bands anyway, because it's something a bit different in the metal and rock world. But yeah, I thought it was a really good, absolute cracking album. I've really enjoyed a lot of the songs. I think some of the lyricism probably needed a bit of work. Some of it was a bit cheesy. Some of the I guess rhyming and stuff was a bit rough, and genuinely took a few what would have been some absolutely cracking songs down a bit for me because the lyrics just seemed a bit rough. But overall, I really enjoyed that album. Actually, I thought it was very, very good.
Would you have known? We were kind of debating that Will was going that the fact he felt it was more kind of power metal, and I'm going, I don't think it was quite really power metal. It was kind of maybe kind of edging towards that, but it was more kind of power rock or just generic heavy rock, really. So
I think I'd say it's power metal. There's probably a couple of the tracks I can't think off the top of my head the names of them later in the album that maybe aren't as much in the genre, but I'd definitely say they're a solid power metal entry.
I think I was saying that they suffered a bit off the back of the fact that we just fell in love with Hailstorm last month, and you're just like, okay, and that's the kind of height that you're kind of reaching for. So, Simon, what would be in your rating then? Hell yeah, hell no.
And so I think actually for me they are going to get a 4.
A 4. Why? Well, that's the second 4. Trish give it a 4, no 5. You'd be shocked to find that she didn't give that a 5, Simon. We're a bit in shock about that. So, right, well, that's 7, 10.5, 14.5, 15, 18. 18 people would, just looking at my my kind of notes here, 18, that's about a 3.8 or something, isn't it? I think that's going to could well make our top 10 albums of the year so far. I think it was kind of everybody kind of liked it, nobody disliked it. So, okay, right, well, so, moving on.